Welcome back to the channel, and today we're talking WWE 2K20 and we're looking at championships. Now today we're going to discuss the current championships that we've got in WWE at present. We're going to be looking at the 2K19 championship roster, and then we're going to be looking at what championships we need, the new championships for WWE 2K20. And this might just give us an indication of new superstars which will be involved in the 2K20 roster. Because of course, if the championship's in, so will be the champion. Now before we get into it, I want to make sure you're subscribed to the channel with the notification bell turned on so you stay up to date with all my WWE Games content. So first and foremost, let's go through the 2K19 roster and look at the current championships which we already have in a WWE game. So firstly, we have the WWE Universal Championship, and of course Seth Rollins is the Universal Champion. We have the WWE Championship, which is held by Kofi Kingston. We also have the WWE Raw Women's Championship and the SmackDown Women's Championship, held by dual champion, the man, Becky Lynch. Then we move on to the tag team division, and we have the Raw Tag Team Championships, held by Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. The SmackDown Tag Team Championships are held by the Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff Hardy. Then we have the mid championships, so these are in the mid card. We have the WWE Intercontinental Championship held by Finn Balor, and we have the WWE United States Championship held by Samoa Joe. Let's move down, let's go into NXT and the current championships that we have and the ones that feature in 2K19. We have the NXT Championship held by Johnny Gargano. We have the NXT Women's Championship held by Shayna Baszler. We have the NXT Tag Team Championships held by the War Raiders, now the Viking Raiders, Hanson and Rowe. They've been renamed, and we would expect that these championships will likely change hands at some point, with the War Raiders moving up to the main roster. So when they do, keep an eye out for who those championship belts land on, because of course, if they weren't involved in the WWE 2K19 roster, expect that tag team to be featured in 2K20. We have the NXT North American Championship held by the Velveteen Dream, and just to take one step back, the War Raiders were DLC last year. This year, expect them on disc. We now move to NXT UK with the United Kingdom Championship. In 2K19, that was held by the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne. That championship has since changed hands and is now held by the Ring General, that is Walter. So, if Walter continues to hold that championship, and I expect Walter to have a decent reign as United Kingdom Champion, he will be a new addition to the WWE 2K20 roster. I think he's going to be in anyway because many fans want to see him. He is a huge part now of NXT UK, so I think he will be confirmed as a new member to the 2K20 roster, particularly so that that championship will be in the game, and of course, with the championship, you must have the champion. Now, let's head to the Cruiserweight division with 205 Live and the current Cruiserweight Champion, Tony Nese. So that is all the current WWE Championships from the main roster down to NXT to NXT UK and of course 205 Live. They're all the championships that we have in 2K19 at present. But of course, since that time, we've had some new championships added to WWE's roster, which means they will be featured in WWE 2K20. So we're going to go through those championships that have been added they would be expected to be featured in the next installment of the WWE Games franchise. And with those championships, of course, we've got champions, and some of those champions are not featured on the current 2K roster. So we'll have additional roster confirmations as part of this. So let's take a look at these new championships. So firstly, we have the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. They were not featured in 2K19, and of course Sasha Banks and Bayley were crowned the inaugural Women's Tag Team Champions, the Boss and Hug Connection. I hate that name, but it was true. They were the first. But now, those championship belts are held by the Iconics, Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. Now those two were featured in 2K19, so no roster confirmations there. They're going to be on disc just like they were in last year's game. Next up, we drop down, we go to NXT UK, the most exciting brand of them all. That's in my opinion, but I am biased because I am from the UK. But we have the NXT UK Women's Championship. Now that championship was won by the inaugural NXT Women's UK Champion, and that was Rhea Ripley. Now Rhea Ripley didn't feature in 2K19, and it can't be guaranteed that she will be in WWE 2K20, but I do think there is a high chance. And of course, the title has now changed hands, and that means it's more than likely that we will get this lady featured in 2K20. And that is the current NXT UK Women's Champion, and that is Toni Storm. Yes, it will be Toni time in WWE 2K20. It all depends if she holds the championship up until when the game is in full development. But I do believe that Toni Storm will be in, not just because she's the current champion, but because of her sheer popularity, and I think she will be a top talent if she does one day move to the main roster. So Toni Storm is a new face that we could very well see in WWE 2K20, and of course the championship as well, the NXT UK Women's Championship. And we have the same scenario for the NXT UK Tag Team Championships. Those two championships are held by Zack Gibson, shoes off if you hate Gibson, and of course James Drake. Now I think many people expected the inaugural NXT UK Tag Team Champions to be the Moustache Mountain, but that didn't happen. But I will say that we should expect Trent Seven to be featured in WWE 2K20. We had Pete Dunne last year, we had Tyler Bate, but Trent Seven was nowhere to be seen. And I do talk about this in more detail in my other video which I uploaded the other day regarding the NXT UK roster for WWE 2K20. And you can check that out via the link in the description box below. I've left that video there. However, Zack Gibson and James Drake, I'm not so sure they will still be champions by the time that WWE 2K20 rolls around, but I do think they will be in the game. At present, they are the current champions, and if they do make it a few more months with those championship belts, it's more than likely. So we'll get the NXT UK Tag Team Championships. They are current, they are at present, and of course with that we should expect those two as the champions unless they change hands. So we can expect 3 new championships in WWE 2K20, those being the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship, the NXT UK Women's Championship, and the NXT UK Tag Team Championships. And with that, we might expect some new roster additions, those being Toni Storm and Zack Gibson and James Drake. And let's not forget as well, as part of the NXT United Kingdom Championship, Walter should also be included in the 2K20 roster. Now, of course, we're going to get a ton of historical championships. We always do in a WWE video game. But I want to know from you, which historical championships would you like that aren't in the game at present? Let me know in the comments section below, because I'd love to hear your suggestions for 2K20. And I thought this might be interesting to mention too. We already have things like the Dusty Road Tag Team Classic as a tournament option in WWE 2K19. We also have Battle Royals in 2K19. But we could also see more sort of gimmick matches which result in a superstar gaining a trophy. Then they can hold that title to their name. So they would hold that trophy until the next gimmick match takes place. So my example of this would be the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. That has a trophy assigned to it. We already have things like the Money in the Bank, and of course a superstar who wins the Money in the Bank match will then carry the Money in the Bank briefcase. So in this instance, the winner of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal will then carry the trophy. Now, they might not need to carry that big ass trophy to the ring, but they would have that listed under their name as the current holder. Then of course, when you have the next Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, that trophy is up for grabs, and the current holder of it would be defending their trophy title if they are in the match. And I think you could do the same with the women's division, because you do have the Women's Battle Royal. It hasn't got a specific name. There was talk this year of it being called the China or the Ninth Wonder of the World Battle Royal. So I thought that was a good idea, but WWE hasn't quite yet followed through with it. But then whatever trophy comes with that, I think at the moment it's quite generic. The superstar, the women's superstar, would win that. They carry that title until the next one. And I think that just makes things more interesting for you if you're doing a current WWE Universe mode, because then you can have those trophies available and you can assign them to certain superstars. And it builds upon having the Money in the Bank introduction that we got last year in 2K19. So what do you think? What do you think about the trophy extension which I've mentioned? I think it follows up nicely to what 2K did with the Money in the Bank last year. I think they should continue to expand on this. And I would say make it more special by having a winning sequence where they win the trophy. So they do hold that trophy high above their head, and then of course that name of that trophy attaches itself to that superstar like we've got with the Money in the Bank, until it changes hands and another trophy match is put together once again. I think that's great for Universe mode. I think it gives superstars more notoriety, and that's something that I'd like to see more of in a WWE video game. But I want to get your views and opinions on this, and I want to know from you, which other areas or which other match types could we expand upon to have trophies associated to them? Is there any others? I've mentioned the Battle Royal, but we could have some other instances which I haven't thought of. And what do you think too about the championships that I've mentioned? Do you think they're likely to be featured in 2K20? Do you think the new superstars like Tony Storm will be there? Walter, that's a massive one if he features in 2K20. Have your say. Let me know in the comments section below. And all that's left to be said is please rate, comment and subscribe. This is Nxt signing out.